Okay, yeah, so we don't need to check eye color again this time.
I'm not wearing a belt.
Well, good thing we're sitting down.
Can I keep my ginger tea with me?
This has been Jesse's new obsession, is just a glass of warm water and then just a slice of ginger thrown in. It's
not a slice, it's more of a
chunk.
Stone.
It literally looks like a small potato has been thrown.
Can you taste it for 1 second? I want to know you think.
I'm not into the whole ginger thing.
Those lips. Can you taste the ginger?
Yeah, of course.
But it's subtle, right?
It's a whole potato of ginger in there. Of course I can taste it. I think if I couldn't taste it, there'd be something really wrong with my mouth.
Anyways, welcome back to this channel.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here.
We're very excited to be bringing you guys another Q&A. The last one I feel like was, if I may say so myself, a big success.
I had fun.
I had fun too. You guys seemed to enjoy it. Why unexpectedly?
Well, I mean, I expected to have fun, but I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, this sounds terribly.
But we decided that we would try and make this a monthly thing. We're kind of testing out the format.
Wait.
What?
I don't mind doing it, but I read online it was going to be a monthly thing.
Oh yeah, I haven't told you that yet, but I was thinking, yes, also have this, yes, and I have this thing that we do this now.
It comes from your brother, from Steve, that's yelling outside.
My brother is here. He's like yelling off the dogs. He's walking the dogs right now, and my brother has no authority over the dogs. Like, they don't listen to him.
Even worse than me.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, he's out there. So if you hear yelling, it's my brother. But yeah, this will be a monthly thing. I'm excited. I feel like it's a great way to catch up over the videos that went out in the past month. Any questions you might have, general question, life updates, all that kind of stuff.
Who wants a podcast, you guys?
Yeah, this is kind of us testing the waters for a podcast, as we said in the past already. So let's see if you guys keep liking this, we'll keep addressing it. I asked you guys on Instagram to submit some more questions. Last time I was not able to get anywhere near through the amount of questions that were submitted. So we have lots of great questions. Questions about us, questions about just our lives, hot topics in the equestrian world.
Hot topics?
Hot topics.
Next time I choose the questions. I don't like this one bit.
So I took some screenshots. No, you're fine. I took some screenshots on my phone, and we're just going to be going through them one by one and seeing how they go. Also, I got a new phone like 2 months ago, the new iPhone 15. I've already cracked the back.
Can I tell you guys, he usually complains about me.
Maybe go in the light.
Oh wait, I can't take it here. Wait.
Maybe go in the light.
There it is. But normally, he tells me...
Are we going to go back and focus now, or what?
I'll focus on you, all right.
Right.
Normally he tells me how I always break everything.
This time it was me. Right, okay, anyways. Are you ready to get into it? We'll try and be not too long-winded. This video will be long though, so grab a snack. We're gonna be here for a while.
A lot of snacks. Grab some ginger tea.
Maybe you're doing something, maybe you're doing chores, maybe you're in your car. Then this is the perfect video for you. So, how are you getting on with the house search? I think this was the most asked question regarding our living situation, the future, all that is gonna happen there. There's a bit of a hole here, yes sir? So how's everything going with the house search? The people want to know.
Last weekend I posted a picture with like a chair and the dogs and like a little lake, and I said this will be my future chair.
I saw that.
And people thought this was the place. I just meant more like I want to have like a cute chair like that looking at the water with my dogs.
Yeah, but even I was like, that I get how people could think
yes, so no, we didn't find anything yet.
Yeah.
We are really looking still, I mean we're invested, but we're gonna start more I think after the new year.
Yeah, I think we're just letting this year come to a close. We have a lot of like, it's always towards the end of the year now that we're negotiating a lot for next year, making all the plans for next year. We want to be able to bring you guys along in terms of us going to the house viewings and being able to film. Logistically, there's quite a few things to figure out in terms of getting that all approved. Also having like a camera crew there and stuff. So it is going to take us a bit of time. So just bear with us, but we are definitely like 2024 is the year that we will buy something. I mean, I hope, but the goal is to buy something in 2024 and look towards moving. I did a little burp through that, but that is the.
Anyways, the tone has been set.
That is the goal. So we're gonna do our best, and we're gonna be bringing you guys with us on that.
So that will be very exciting because we're gonna bring you guys along in a very special way.
Yeah. Now,
Zip it up.
does living and working together... oh, wait, sorry.
I'll read this one. Does living and working together
See?
a lot, not sometimes to cause tension?
Let me read that. Does living and working together...
Does living and working together a lot does not
This is like
sometimes
that
bring
clip
tension?
where it's like flickery baking crust. Do you see that? That's like that old man who's doing an ad that he can't say it. Okay. Does living and working together a lot not sometimes cause tension?
Oh, guess what?
Well,
you probably
well.
want me to answer this.
Go on then.
For me personally, I don't think living and working together brings a lot of tension. I don't know, I think we don't even work together that much. Of course we live together, but we do our own thing a lot. Of course we do a lot of things together, which is very fun and nice. But I think if we have tension, for me personally, it's more outside things. If I have a lot of stress from other things, I am more one to tend to like let it all go out on you. You're not really
that
like
mean?
that, like I take it out on you maybe more.
Oh, like I become your stress ball.
Yes.
Like you're like...
Yes, exactly, until it like collapses.
Until it breaks.
But usually we're pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
For me, that the living and working together, I mean, sometimes, okay, the work together can be a bit tricky because we have different opinions, but normally it's more for me outside things.
Yeah, outside influences. Yeah, I think so too. I feel like we always get on.
I mean, you're very organized and you're like really hands-on, and I might be flying around, so that might be difficult for you,
We have
I
different
imagine.
ways of approaching life, and I think that sometimes can create tension because like I would do things a certain way and you would do things your way.
Like what?
And I think we're both stubborn. We don't need to get into the
Well,
nitty-gritty.
give one example.
But I think
This is one thing. He always, when I say something, give an example.
No, I understand.
Now I
but
want an
we do
example.
have a lot of questions, so I don't
Doesn't
want to
matter.
focus
They
too much
want
on
to
this
have
one.
an example.
But okay, well, let me. If I can think of one, I will, because I want to give a good one. If I can think of one that isn't petty.
I'm sure the good one is me not the victim, whatever. Keep going.
Yeah, but we will. I think it's just a matter of like always trying to communicate, and then I think we also have a lot of our own stuff that we do outside of what we share. So, and I think that's good. You know, we're not too much in each other's hair. Like you do with your businesses and stuff. Like it's all on you. And the same is with mine, and then we come together for mutual stuff. And I think that's
you
a
have
good way
your
to keep
company,
it.
I have my company,
Yeah.
and we both have one together.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You look like someone who's looking to either make a website or run your website on a better platform. Then Squarespace is where you need to be. Squarespace offers hundreds of already made templates where you can go in, pick your favorite one, still customize everything you want. You don't need to have any coding knowledge. It's super user friendly. I run my shop on there. I've been running my website on Squarespace for almost 4 years now. I truly love the user experience. It's so easy to use on the go as well. You can make quick changes on your phone, whether it's updating stock levels, changing text, or changing the photos as well. If this sounds like what you're looking for, then do use my link, which is www.squarespace.com/Harnacke. In doing so, you receive 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay. Next question. Does Jesse now own Gaio?
So I do not own Gaio yet, and I think in the future I will. For now, it's like the owner is very nice and kind, and she kind of wants me to have him. So she has him here for me still, and I can do basically everything with him. But for me, I want to make it official as well, if that makes sense. But we haven't gone that far yet.
So it's like...
So he's like...
Down the line, maybe that's going to happen, but not yet.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you guys argue about the most? I guess it goes a bit hand in hand with what we were talking about. I think I tried to pick up a few questions that I thought would be a little bit more juicy and interesting.
Nice. Next time I choose them.
What do we argue about
Are you trying to get an argument right now or what?
No, what do we argue about the most?
Well, just 5 seconds. No, I'm kidding.
To be honest, I don't feel like there's a lot of arguments. I think we
I
can
just
both...
have my mood swings probably, then we argue.
I think we're both very stubborn and set in our ways, and we're not willing to budge sometimes. So that can bring on arguments when you're really holding on to your own opinion. But I think eventually we always try and get to a point where we see eye to eye, or that we can at least like agree to disagree.
And sometimes I feel like when I say something, you straight away say no without really listening to see if it could be something.
Maybe sometimes, I think it's because you present things that are so far out of maybe what I would think that my body instantly is like, no, that's not. And then sometimes
but for
I
me,
think about it
I
and
know
I think, yeah,
when
it
you
can
are
work.
right and you say you're always right, which you usually are, which is very frustrating. So then I don't want to admit it straight away.
Yeah. But that's fine. I guess
So
it makes
my
it a
body
little
fights
bit.
it.
It makes it a bit more like interesting and dynamic. That's not a problem.
But we don't argue a lot.
No, we don't. I think we tease each other a lot, like in a funny way. I think we have a lot of comedy that resolves a lot of issues. Not that there's a lot of issues. What I'm saying is we can resolve a lot of like misunderstandings and small arguments and petty stuff with humor.
And I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How much do horses cost from Spain? This is a question I got a lot.
I would say it's whatever you want to pay for it, and I don't mean like you can get it very cheap. Like you can get it cheap because there's some horses that are somewhat cheap.
Yeah.
But then if you really like a horse, they throw crazy prices. But I'm not so experienced in the whole like selling part. So,
So
you want some sip of my ginger tea?
Let me sip that ginger before I spill the tea. No, so I will say PRE horses are expensive. I think overall it's quite a rare breed because they're only really bred in Spain. While if you take, for instance, warm bloods, like sport warm bloods, they're bred all over Europe in much bigger numbers. In much bigger numbers. So yeah, for that reason they're a lot more expensive. Now to find a PRE that is pretty in the sense that it's got like the body type that you're after, but is also moving well, that is healthy, that is a nice color, blah blah blah, all these different things, that is tall enough because the breed tends to be a little shorter. It's a really big search. So by the time you get to a horse that ticks all those boxes, most of the time the owners know they have something special. So let me give you some numbers. If you're looking to buy a good 2 or 3 year old, I'm talking about like a good horse that will hopefully go Grand Prix. For a good 2 or 3 year old, you're looking around 20 to 30,000. And then you go up from there. So then for a 4 or 5 year old, like a good 4 or 5 year old, you're looking around 50,000, 40 or 50,000. If it's got a change on it as a 5 year old.
But it can also be a lot more expensive.
Yeah, it can be a lot more. I'm just giving you like an average. If you're looking for like something with a change, that's doing kind of like medium level with a change, or like just before Prix St. George, you're just shy of 100,000.
Yeah, but then we're
talking about good quality horses here.
We're
not talking about
there
just,
were also horses for like a few hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I mean, if you get into like the morphology Spanish horses, some of them are being sold for like 300, 400,000, even some of the mares, and they're not even really used for sport. But they're used more for the genetics they pass on and all that kind of stuff.
But then my horses, I mean, Andres is Spanish. It's not a PRE, but an Andalusian, but he was not even close to that. So he was a lot cheaper. So you can also find a lot cheaper horses.
And I definitely will stress that the price you pay for your horse does not always mean the quality that they will have in the future, or the partnership you will have with them, or how good they are of a horse. I will say this, that Emporio was the cheapest horse I've ever bought. And I think he's
cheaper than Bear?
No, yeah, but Bear's not a horse. He's a
miniature horse.
I almost said Shetland. He's an American miniature.
And they count as horses.
Okay, well, aside from Bear, Emporio was the best next bargain, and I think he's
Watcher was free.
Yeah, he was a pretty good home.
Yeah, because otherwise he would have ended up somewhere else.
Yeah, and Etra was the most expensive one I ever bought. So. Which sometimes was like, if I look at it big picture, I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. But somehow it just that's how it goes. Well, because he's really changed and he's really come along now. But he's showing a lot of quality now. But I never bought him to be like, oh, he's going to be this amazing competition horse. I just was like, I love this horse and it's going to be so much fun with him. And now it's turning out that I think he's actually going to be quite a serious little competition horse as well. Anyway. If we answer every question like that, I hope that gave you a little bit of an understanding. Next question. What do you think, let me take this because I just want to tackle this myself. What do you think about Helgstrand Operation X? Did you see it? Now, I will say this. I have been to Helgstrand several times. A little bit of backstory. Helgstrand is a really big sales stable. They have several stables around the world, owned by Andreas Helgstrand. Then what happened, the drama of this whole situation is that there was an undercover person working for a TV channel that went and worked there for a certain amount of time and took videos without consent or knowing, just kind of, infiltrated the system and took videos and exposed some alleged abuse happening by some of the riders. Now, obviously, I don't condone any kind of abuse, but for me, it's always funny how the media kind of like presents stuff. I think it's really easy to see that this whole show, production, and everything was just a huge money grab. Of course, some exposure was brought, like there was some things brought to light that were beneficial for some of the horses and things involved.
One thing I want to say though about this is that I think in the horse world sometimes talking about abuse is like kind of normal. They like put it under the rug. So I think one thing, it's good that it comes up.
Yeah.
And they do something about it because it's really not okay. It's just not the only place. But then on the other hand, I also would like people to focus on all the good things and not only all the things that are going wrong.
Yeah.
Not on this particular place, but I mean in general.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I'm rambling here a little bit, but what I'm trying to say is the way it was presented, because the evidence that was held in the documentary was about one of the riders, not the actual owner of the stables itself, but it was all promoted as like this stable and the owner, the face of the company and this person. So it was all just like a headline grab rather than, and they concealed the identity of the people in the videos actually performing the abuse. There's been no reprimandation by any federation, by the police, by nothing from the individuals in the videos. Their faces were pixelated, their names were not mentioned.
Not allowed.
Yeah, but they did that to the owner. The owner was put on full blast and held accountable, as he should be. But what about all the people that were involved in actually like doing the abuse on video? Why are we not allowed to know their names so we can all stay away, so we can know that these people are not treating horses well? Because they can just go and get a job somewhere else and do the same thing again because they've gotten through it all scotch-free.
Yeah,
and to me, that's not okay.
Strange.
And everyone's interest gets diverted to the big name because that's like where all the drama and the headlines and the money goes to. But what about all the other steps in between? And I think that's why the media can be such a powerful thing because it can skew so much of what the message is really about. Of course, management and people in charge should always be held accountable. It is their responsibility. But I think there's several people that played into this, and I don't see why they haven't been held accountable. And that is what really annoys me about the whole situation.
No, I understand and I agree.
Yeah.
And before, I didn't mean to say that like we should focus on the positive things on stables where abuse happens. I meant more like we should also make sure all the good things come out of the horse world, because I think the horse riding sport is kind of in danger.
And there is nothing wrong with being a whistleblower, like being the person that says, hold on a minute, something wrong is going on here.
That's really good.
I think that is a good thing. I think there is ways of going about it, and there is something dirty to me, like the feeling of only doing it so you can put it behind a paywall so people have to pay in order to like
that's also
see
true.
it.
I think for the episode you couldn't watch it for free.
You couldn't watch it for free. You had to pay to watch it. So basically
Where's that money even going?
Someone is monetizing the abuse. So someone is like, because the abuse is existing, they're making money off of it. And I'm like, if this is really about exposing the truth, right? If this is about horses and supporting the system and making the equestrian space better, then wouldn't you want to have as many eyes on it as possible? Would you not say that all the funds are donated to a charity that is like an animal shelter or something? That to me is what's dirty, is that they make this whole grand production just to make money. Really, there's not really any other reason, and it's all promoted as to bring down the top dog rather than actually naming the people involved. Because if they name these small riders, these underriders that are training the horses, nobody would watch because it wouldn't be that interesting. They need the big names for the headlines to make money. It's all this vicious, dirty circle.
Well, it's dirty all the way.
Yeah. And
like with everything.
And from a perspective of someone, like we rent our own stable now, we have staff and everything like that. I couldn't imagine if I hired someone who I saw for a very long time and allowed them to get super close to me, and secretly every single day they were recording me in my own home. I mean, I have nothing to hide, but just that feeling
But one thing for you, if you see somebody not treat the horse right, you speak up straight away.
There's been several times where I've seen something and I've gone directly to the person.
You go straight away, which a lot of people don't do, but you straight away speak up.
And I never also approach it from an attack point of view. I approach it with curiosity. I'm like, why do you think doing things like this is going to help? Because I'm trying to there's no point just passing judgment and saying, okay, you're a shit person for doing that. I want to go further than that. So I also don't
You can also say the second part.
But that won't bring you anywhere.
In the end.
That won't bring you anywhere.
No, it doesn't matter.
But in my experience, I've just done it like, hey, why are you doing things like that? And then I say, listen, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's something that you should be doing. And I don't think that's something that's going to help you or it's going to help your relationship with your horse. I think that's the conversation.
You need to look after the horse.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our take on that situation.
Great question.
Now,
What else do you have coming?
next question. Can we have an update?
Can I have more warm water? It's nearly finished.
All you're left is with the...
Hey!
This is what I meant. It's literally just like a potato.
No.
Okay, next question. Can we have an update on Chase? Is he retired? Oh yeah, it's... Let me take that.
Chase is in the field right now.
Yeah.
Enjoying the grass.
They got very lucky. It's a bit dry today, so they were able to go in the field. Yeah, so Chase has actually been lightly brought back out of retirement because a lovely girl that works for us, Laura, she's a stable manager. She is riding him now a couple of times a week, and I have to say he's looking really good, and he seems really to be thriving in it. The workload's very minimal.
And Liz and I used to do something with him every now and then too, but now it's better that Laura gets him more like in shape.
Yeah, and I think he's been liking it, and Laura's been liking it, so it's been a really good fit.
He's
and so
clipped.
far,
He looks.
yeah, he's clipped. He's losing weight. He hasn't lost all the weight.
No, how did it go? I don't know.
In the Netherlands, they always do this when they have to guess something. They're like,
Not always, a few. Anyways.
Anyway, okay, next question.
What is the best Christmas gift you received from one another?
Oh, I think I just got mine, and it was a very sweet bracelet that I got.
Is it better than the mower?
Well, it's a little bit difficult because the mower was good. It wasn't for Christmas, but okay, Jesse also gifted me once this really incredible brand new big ride-on mower, and I use that thing like every day in summer, and I love it. I love to mow the lawn, so it's a very, very thoughtful, very generous gift. And you parked it like behind the truck, and then you like drove the truck away, and then revealed the mower. It was very sweet.
I had the wrong model at first, but we changed it.
Well, that's all details.
But that was my fault. And for me, I don't know, because you always give really good presents.
I feel like this year it was more like useful gifts.
Oh yeah, clothes, because I never ever buy normal clothes. I always, when we have to go somewhere with normal clothes that is not horse riding clothes, I say I have nothing to wear.
Yes, he's like panicking, looking at the closet, pulling his hair out. He's like, I have nothing.
Because I only
was
wear
like, well,
like
let me get you something.
Horse clothes. So that's all I wear, and that's all I feel comfortable in. But anyways, you got me like a really nice computer one day, but I think that was my birthday.
Oh, the iMac. Yeah.
I feel so spoiled saying all these big things. We don't really care about gifts.
We're not.
We just give things that are useful and we would need to get anyways. Oh, I once got this really good vacuum cleaner.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible. Hello, it was a Dyson before everybody comes to me, and it's a wireless one because we hated pulling out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
We always try and do useful things.
That's what I mean. We don't like just throw away like.
It's like things that we need, but also that we know the other person will appreciate.
Yes, and then we think it's a bit too crazy to buy normally, so then we just buy them for these things.
Yeah. Okay. Do you struggle living in the Netherlands with their difficult language? And I'm gonna add to that.
Yeah, I really struggle.
Not just the language, but cultural differences. I think there is cultural differences. I think now, not so much. I think I understand the Dutch people a lot more. When I first moved here, I thought everyone was quite rude, but turns out that they're just very direct, which I can appreciate now. And the language, I can kind of keep up with the conversation now. I can say some stuff in Dutch.
Well, when he goes to my grandma, he speaks with her fluently in Dutch. So I don't know how that happens.
I really try.
I don't know what's hanging around her house, what makes you speak like that, but...
Yeah, but I think 5 years ago the answer would have been very different, but I feel like I don't really struggle now. Like there's times, of course,
like
that
living in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I really love living here. It's a beautiful country. Everything
works.
Would you go
back?
No.
To Australia?
No, you know that. No.
Well,
I really
want to get told.
You're like, I want them to know.
Yeah, because that's a question a lot of people ask me.
Yeah, no, that's true. No.
I'm being Ellen here because people say I look like Ellen DeGeneres, so I might as well ask the questions as an interview.
And people also always say you look like the guy from Home Alone.
Oh yeah, I have a new beanie that I got at Christmas, and
it's getting Home Alone vibes.
I really look like it.
It's getting Home Alone vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
How often? 7-year-old boy, great.
How often did you take lessons to get to the level you are riding at right now?
Well, I used to go to the riding school when I was younger, every once a week. Then pony club. But now I don't really have many lessons. Every now and then I have lessons from like the trainer who comes here. I had some help from Yvette and 𝒂𝐿𝐻𝒏𝒆𝒚, Laurie one day. But it's like I don't take many lessons, but that's maybe the problem.
Yeah, I will say this.
That's maybe my issue.
I've had two different things. When I lived in Australia, I rarely took lessons until I was at a certain stage and at a certain barn. And I think at one point when I was younger, I really underestimated the power of having frequent lessons. And then when I moved to the Netherlands and I started to take my riding a little bit more seriously, and I found a coach that I really liked, and I take once or twice a week lessons with all my horses, it's made the most incredible difference to how my horses perform, to my riding, to my understanding of horses. 𝒋𝒏 has like completely changed me as a rider in a good way. And I think it's the best investment I've ever made into my whole riding journey, even aside from the value of how much I pay to buy horses. Like it's way more important to spend less on a horse and more on riding lessons and learning from people. That's the thing. That's the best piece of advice I could give.
We all need to hear.
Yeah. Because every horse can do it, and you just need to know how and have the tools and have the understanding, and every day should be fun. And I feel like when you're lost...
I think really focus on the little things.
Yeah, when you're lost and you don't know what to do, it's not fun anymore sometimes. And I think that's why it's just worth putting your money there rather than buying constantly new things for your horse.
Been lost going through life. Is there a coach for that too?
There is. That's called therapy, and I'm doing that too.
Me too.
Now, how do you guys handle hate comments coming from someone receiving them?
Well, first of all, I'm really sorry you're receiving hate comments. I don't know what it's about, but I hope it's nothing too serious. And if it is, then if you need help, just make sure to get help. But I think the most important thing to know is kind of know your own truth and know what that is. And then what I try to do is not really look at them. Just if it's not there, then it's not there, which maybe is not the best advice, but it is. We are very lucky, at least for me, I don't get many, look at everything. Every now and then for me it's more hard, I think, when it's so far from the truth and it really like affects something that I truly believe in and stand for.
It triggers you, it touches something.
Then it's kind of difficult for me, and then I want to go against it. But I don't think there's any point. Sometimes when people have like criticism, it's different than a hate comment.
Yeah.
Because when somebody has criticism, then you can talk about it, you can explain it, you can have a normal conversation and both be open for it and maybe even learn something or they learn something from it. But hate is just no point.
Yeah.
Hate is not a language. So if you want to have hate, delete by choose. Auf Wiedersehen.
And I think if we can give any advice on this, I mean, because there is a larger amount of people that follow us, I've never, ever had someone come up to me in real life and say something. Never. In terms of like my riding, how I manage my horses, all this kind of stuff. So for me, it is something like what you said, it's something that just lives online. And if I just get my phone and I go like this and lock it, it's silence, there is nothing. You can almost say that it doesn't exist. And a lot of the times what I'll do to comfort myself, because it's always these people.
But it's never nice. So if you want to do it...
It's not like I was talking or something, but anyway.
I just got inspired for a second. We keep going.
1 second, let me just finish that train of thought. What I do to manage it sometimes when I get pissed, because sometimes I look at these comments and I'm like, God, what is going on here? I'll click on their account and I'll just look on what they do with their horses, if they have horses, how they communicate, how they ride, how they type, how they spell. And then I get a really quick understanding of what kind of person it is. And it's always usually a very uneducated person, very uninspired. They have never achieved, I've never had an Olympic ride, I'll leave a hate comment.
Yeah, okay, it's not really always about that. But I get what you're saying. It's more like the kind of person that does these things is probably there all day because that's all they do.
Yeah, they just spread this negativity. But what I meant by that is I create this image of them and then I put them in real life and I'm like, if I saw someone like that riding, and then they gave me their opinion, would I value it? And then I think no, because they're not educated. So an uneducated opinion is not something I value. And then otherwise I block.
It's very easy though. Yeah, you're really good at blocking.
I block so many people all the time. And I think that's a really powerful tool that's really underestimated. At the whiff of negativity, and I always find it funny that I'll click on these accounts and they're not following me. So I'm like, so you just come here for negativity. So then I just block, and I have thousands of people blocked, and that does help. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Next question. Tell us more about your breeding plans as you've now registered to be.
When you answer, can I get some more hot water?
No!
But I don't want to be a breeder. Okay, keep going. But I do like to have a mare. I'll just take it from here.
The ADD constantly.
I do like to have a mare because I don't know. Oh, I actually read this article about mares that they are like less sensitive to stress, and there's a reason for it.
Do you see how in the question it says, now that you're a registered breeder? Are you a registered breeder?
No, but I wanted to say that if I... No, but you don't... Before, when I wanted to have a mare, you were like, no, you don't want a mare. And then now, we see kind of if... Oh, I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Having mares gives you more choices.
I like mares, and they are less sensitive to stress, as I read online.
Okay, well, they're good. Okay, well, we'll get you a mare. For me, as a registered breeder, because when we went to Spain on my last trip, I
couldn't go get myself some hot water.
I went to, no, enough about the hot water. I went to the ANCCE stand, which is the official kind of like PRE stud book. And I became a registered breeder because 2024 will be my first breeding season selling frozen semen of Emporio, which is very, very, don't do that, which is very, very exciting. And I have big plans to do some small breeding at our new property in the future with a couple of mares every year out of our own stallions.
Lord. What are we doing with these foals?
And I want to be able to offer not only Emporio, but a couple of really top-notch PRE stallions. So if people want something of one
I also have
color
semen from 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚 in the freezer.
So we will be breeders.
So if anybody wants some 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚 stuff.
Yeah, so we will,
It's not in our own freezer though.
I haven't put the semen for sale yet online, but if you're interested, you can just email me at mattharnacke@gmail.com and we will get back to you.
We need to get you an official email address.
I have one, I love using the Google one, like the Google app for Gmail.
I have one. Over it. I'm sure you can insert that one also in that one. Doesn't matter. Anyhow.
Okay.
Who gives better gifts? Yes to Matt or Matt to yes and Matt to me? I'm terrible at giving gifts.
You've been very, very good.
But I do have a note in my phone, which I truly like, and I want to give you guys this as a tip because it really works. Because it's so hard in the moment to come up with for me at least, to come up with a gift for a person.
Yeah.
So through the whole year, you hear people say small things. So I have some people on the list, like name. And then every time I hear something, I write down what could be a good gift. So in my notes, some people have maybe 5 ideas, maybe some have 3. And then when the moment is there, I can look at them and take a gift out.
I think the only thing that you need to start doing is on your notes, put as well, order 2 weeks before Christmas because you order it on the 24th.
Did you not get your gift on time? Did nobody else get their gift on time? I think everybody got their gift on time.
I know when you went to get this and it was the day before.
Yeah, so it's still here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
I don't know what your issue is.
It is better to plan a little bit more ahead of time. That's all.
Wow.
Okay.
You're very thankful.
Okay, next question. Do you ever think about opening a riding school or something like that?
No.
I couldn't think of anything worse, ever. I will never, ever do that. Next question. Can we see a tiny glimpse of you and 𝒔𝒑 having some fun, like clubbing, dancing, maybe a little buzzed?
Well, I mean, you could if that happened.
Well, 𝒔𝒑 and I live.
We have a lot of fun, but we don't do any clubbing or whatever.
No. If we find ourselves in a situation like if we're at a show, we'll go to an after party, or if we're like dragged somewhere out for dinner, maybe sometimes we'll go somewhere after, but we will never make plans to go clubbing or stuff like that. You and I are like 80 years old already.
After the day, I just want to go on the couch and watch something and fall asleep already.
Yeah, so there's not much to see on that front. But I will say that when we do go out, we are fun. We are fun people to go out with. It just never happens.
I'm usually the sober driver.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Do you guys know how to twerk?
I thought this would be a funny one.
I mean, I can try.
Crickets.
I just don't have anything to twerk with.
I have been really sadly, my whole family has this gene, well actually it's my dad's side, but my brother, my dad, and me, we have this thing called a long back. So we don't even have a bum, it's just like the back continues. So,
did you hear the sound?
I did. I don't know if that came from your bottom or from the chair, but
I don't know.
no, there's no twerking going on here.
Right. What's your favorite thing to do that doesn't involve horses?
Come on, tell us. This will be difficult for you. Such a horse girl. Yes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I like spending time with the dogs. I don't mind cooking too much. like cooking can be enjoyable every now and then. No, especially Netflix or TV show.
I don't think Netflix is an activity. I think it's like not something passive.
I just basically do horses only.
Yeah, yes, it's very much in the horse world.
And I like it. I don't want it any different.
For me, I'm really into like interior design, landscaping, gardening. I love to be like creative. Like creative outlets are really exciting for me.
Antique shit.
Yeah, antique shopping. Shopping in general I enjoy actually. I like cars a lot, and I just bought a Defender that I'm like
my gosh, you're busy. You're a busy guy.
Yeah, I have different things that make me happy and excited. Have you and Jesse considered moving from the Netherlands, possibly Spain, Italy, or the UK?
No. I think for me, I mean, I was always in the Netherlands, and then I didn't know the weather could be nicer elsewhere. I thought everybody had rain so much.
Little Dutch boy.
But I always say the only place I could live is Australia, because I really, really like Australia. But for now, work-wise, it's just not a smart thing, and to move all these horses either. So the Netherlands it is.
Yeah, I really like the Netherlands, and I'm not planning on moving again anytime soon. I'm happy here. Have you ever jumped? If so, how high?
Yes. Well, my record is 180.
Yes, it was a jumper. What? Oh, with the hunting?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not hunting on real animals. We in the Netherlands do this hunting thing also, but then it's about like a scent.
Yeah, it's
without
on scent.
Yeah, but then we have really high, tall hedges.
I think
one was 180, and I didn't know when I was gonna get to the ground. It was very strange, the landing. And with Annie I did 135, with Carino I think 160.
I think the highest I ever jumped was with you on one of your old training horses, and I think it was around 125, 130, something like that. But one fence, not a course. I would have no clue how to do that. Okay, have you any
kind of special way to handle your
Okay, let me rephrase it. Do you have any special ways to handle your stallions? Do you want to answer that?
Well, I just have macho.
What's the special way of handling macho? Aside from being dragged on the ground with your teeth scraping on the pavement?
Well, just trying to make it look like it's my way, but it's his way.
I think you like to add some humor with macho. Like that's, you're like, okay, well, if it goes a bit south, it goes a bit south, because he is small and he is manageable.
It is important to keep things black and white.
We do always say that if Macho was like a 175 horse, he would be incredibly dangerous.
He's actually been really calm lately.
Yeah, he has been a lot better.
A little bit too calm.
He has been a lot better, so that's good. With my horses, I'm extremely consistent in terms of correcting behavior that I think is going to be dangerous. So I don't let my horses get excited, sniff other horses, let themselves build up until they're like going to hurt themselves. I either move them or I shift their focus, or I'm very cautious about being really quick and onto it. So if small things, if Emporio is, I'm riding him and he's allowed to look and do all that kind of stuff, but if I feel him like really tensing his body, I'm straight away going to half halt, or I'm straight away going to go to a full halt. I'm going to do something to revert the attention back to me.
But also here on the stable, we have mares and stallions here, so that's also something to really like figure out. And we try, some stallions can go with the geldings outside, Emporio's just with another stallion outside.
Yeah, it's just a management thing, but stallions can be looked after well. And some stallions are just not meant to be stallions. They just
in the situation they live in, maybe at that place.
Like it's just too much of a lonely life, too segregated, too just dangerous. They're better off as geldings. So yeah, but I think all of our stallions do really well.
Who are all the people behind you and Jesse, like helping with horses, stable, and YouTube?
I feel like people might guess both ways, that either we have no team or we have a very large team. I think we're somewhere in the middle. We have...
we are very lucky to have some really, really incredible people. Like, I'm super grateful.
Yeah.
I'm always a person that likes to do things myself more than ask for help. But we have some people that help us, and we're super grateful for them. So here at the stable, we have Laura. Laura used to already be with me where I used to live years ago. Now she's here again, which is really great.
Once we started renting the stables, it was people that we needed to hire, and she was first on the list for us.
Yeah, then we have Caroline, and Caroline is the first person to come with us since we live here.
Yeah.
She has been the most loyal person also, like she's been always there. She's like been great.
She's doing our horses at home
before
we sold.
Like how I can't explain well, so we do it together. Then there's Anouk. Anouk is also amazing. She helps with the horses.
She was working for us also at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's good. I don't want to forget somebody.
Kim?
No, I know that.
Oh.
I know that was on my mind, the next one. But I mean, like, if anybody else.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we had Romy here. She did an internship here, but she was also.
We have some other girls
so
that are
good.
less consistent that come in and out when we need it.
And then we have Kim.
Kim's Yes's personal assistant, and she helps kind of with the administrative side and all that
like
kind of stuff as well.
She goes to shows, to all these things, and she's been like super for many years as well. Then we have some people in my stand that are there also every now and then, Jamie and like her friends as well that help.
Yeah, and then we have like obviously Dominique is like a really big person in our life, not only as a friend but someone who like allows us to share all of the content that we do on social media. And then we have Max as well in his team, and that's for like YouTube videos. That's more for like YouTube videos, stable tours, Horseworld TV. Him and the people he employs help us kind of create all of that content.
And then we have Harriet.
And then we have Harriet. She works for us with Horseworld TV, kind of like marketing and also just scheduling everything and that kind of stuff.
And for the rest, we don't have like a management and stuff because we just have learned over the years that, I don't know, just...
I mean, I have management for my modeling, but when it comes to our own social medias and our own brands, we don't.
Because it's just very difficult to find the right people, and we've tried a few times. Doesn't work out.
No,
we like to do things ourselves.
Anyone, most of the people in the horse world that we've seen that do management have completely no clue, and are just, to be honest, they're just scammers.
Just use,
They're just scammers. They just like... They lie so much, and they think
they just
they're
want
networking.
the best for themselves also.
Yeah, they just have no clue. And I think we're lucky to be at a point now where like the brands come directly to us anyways, and it's much
like
better
to have close contact. Like it's nice to grow big and all, but I think it's nice to grow big and do really nice things, which we're all very grateful for. But I think it's nice to keep it somewhat small, so you keep it personal.
Yeah.
Like even like this video that we're filming now, we just have this screen here, a light. No one is behind it, and you will go inside and edit it.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think for the important things, when you don't have management, you don't have to be scared of like, well, how am I going to do all these things I don't know? For instance, like a lot of the financial stuff when I was in full-time modeling was handled by my agency. But now you can be independent. We have like an accounting firm that we work with. We have a financial advisor that we can go to if we have questions. So you can do all these things yourself. You don't need to have one person controlling your life. I also don't think it's really healthy unless you find like an incredible...
I mean, I know some people that have a super good team, but we have now a super good team too.
I will tell you,
I don't know, here with us.
I don't know anyone in the horse world, professional rider, anything like that, that has a good manager. I don't know anyone.
Oh, but I'm just super grateful for all the people we have in our lives.
They usually come to us asking for how we did it, advice, all that kind of stuff. I don't know anyone in the horse world with a good manager. No one. And to be honest, all the riders do everything themselves.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't think there's many managers even out there.
And the ones that are out there, to be honest, are just scammers. So if you're thinking of getting management, don't. In the horse world.
But I want to say this one thing. Thank you, everybody around us. We're very grateful, and we can't do it without you guys, and you're really the best.
Yeah. Ultimately, you guys are part of the team as well. Like it is one giant community that makes it all work. And I think the reason why I picked this question, it's important to talk about these things because sometimes people think, well, how can they do it and I can't do it? Yes, and I are not here saying that we do everything. We don't have time to do everything. It's not possible to do everything. So it is good to be realistic and say, you know, without this group of people, there's no way we could do any of it. You know,
it's good to have a team and like want to have all like the same spirit, want to go for it all together, want to all do it as a team.
Yeah.
And celebrate the nice moments together.
Okay, very different kind of questions.
What are your favorite TV shows? Well, my favorite one is out of all time. Can I go first?
Go for it.
The Vampire Diaries. At the moment, I am quite obsessed with the Kardashians.
Oh my god, yeah. Yes has become like a Kardashian super fan, which is fine. I just find them to be a little bit like...
They're so impressive.
I mean, I'll watch if they're on.
It's impressive all they've done.
It's impressive, but it's also so fake. A lot of it is so fake that it's just like...
Well, it's not that fake.
On a very different turn, I love shows like The Crown, Downton Abbey. I just love Downton Abbey.
I did like The Crown a lot.
Shows like How to Get Away with Murder. That's a little bit different than that genre.
Good too. That's why I wanted
That's
to be
a really
lawyer.
good show. Queen of the South. That was
Also
a really good show. But then I like watching things like The Housewives as well. We both like watching that too.
And then you're a Harry Potter fan too.
Yeah, I love anything fantasy. So The Rings of Power when that came out, and like old fantasy movies. I love that. Game of Thrones. Well, no, not Game of Thrones.
You haven't even watched that.
I meant Lord of the Rings because I said The Rings of Power. But we're trying to get into Game of Thrones because so many people told us that it's good.
We haven't really tried.
No, but we're trying. We want to.
What picture was that?
Buri.
Cute. I didn't know you took pictures with him.
Yeah, I did. They're going to be coming out soon. Photos with Buri. Thank you, Dominique. Yeah, so that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, there was a lot of other questions, but I think we really touched on everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I think, well, we're going to do one every month.
Oh, yes.
So there you go.
Should we all get like a nice Q&A cup? Where's my ginger?
This is so typical you.
Huh? No, but that's very strange. You put it back in. Did a bird come?
No.
Where is it?
You must have thrown it somewhere.
No, that's impossible.
God knows one of the horses is probably eating ginger now.
No, but really, that's very strange.
This is typical Jesper. He makes it disappear.
I wonder if we can
see it. I didn't touch it. I mean, I touched it, but I didn't do anything with it. Oh, it's right here.
How?
Look, it's right there.
Anyways.
You can just imagine how things can be sometimes.
Does Jesper losing his ginger cause a lot of tension between them both?
Answer yes. Quick reminder, my collection with Equestrian Stockholm, my brand new collection is coming out 2nd of January, 10:30 a.m. Europe time. If you guys haven't seen my reveal video, I posted it just before this one. So go check it out. I'm so excited to share it. You just keep up with my Instagram and you guys will see the whole collection. It's really fun.
It's great. It's really nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Can I get my own?
Yeah, I have so much. I have so much stock for us, so no problem.
Can I use it today?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, well, thank you all so much for watching. We want to wish you a happy new year.
Yes, absolutely.
And 2024 is going to be really a huge year for us. I'm so excited to share all that's to come.
And hopefully for you guys as well. And if there's anything not so good right now, just try to see it as some reasons.
It will pass.
And the good things, treasure them.
Yeah. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.